So this guy was a star, one of the only few people ever to play
After I go, sure, hand it to him.
varsity as a freshman, quarterback, champion, D1, played pro in Europe, but more importantly, hang on, I had to look this because we've been friends for so long, I forget all his accolades, so just bear with me for a second. Todd Durkin is an internationally recognized strength and conditioning coach, sought after keynote motivational speaker, best-selling author, motivates, educates, inspires people worldwide. He's the mindset coach, the trainer behind some of the world's best athletes, including NFL MVPs, Super Bowl champions, Heisman Trophy winners, Olympic, X Games, gold medalists, and many other champion athletes. Goes on and on and on, okay? Listen. Give your undivided attention, eyes on Todd. Todd, the floor is yours.
Got it.
Hey, it's good to be back at Brick. It's good to be back at Brick High School. How y'all doing? Good. You fired up? Let's go. Coach says, how you doing? Fired up? Let's go. Man, I want to play again. Man. Fellas, I was looking forward to coming here. I'm here for a week back in New Jersey, and I always love coming by Brick High School. Just so you know, you have a long lineage of men who have come through this program who take great pride in being a Green Dragon. And I'm one of them. I'm one of many guys who have come through this program, and to this day, a little over 30 years ago when I was in your shoes dreaming of playing high school football, college football, and maybe someday playing in the NFL. That was my dream. Anyone else have big dreams like that? Anyone else want to play next level? A couple of you, right? Some of you guys are working your way up the ladder, trying to be a varsity starter, make all conference, all shore, all state. Let me tell you what, there's three things I'm going to share in a moment that I think you can hang your hat on. As Coach Wood was just saying, so you know, when I was coming up, I was a Princeton Avenue kid. You still have that Princeton Avenue going here, or you go Memorial?
Memorial now.
Well, that's messed up. I like that sign over there. But I came to Brick High School. I'm the youngest of 8 kids. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 5. And they were building that other high school on this side of town. I'm like, I got to play at Brick. I got to play at Brick High School. I got to find a way to play at Brick. And at the time, Coach Warren Wolf. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Make sure you YouTube him and know the lineage of where you come from, because all the coaches here have their lineages, and Brick High School was founded in 1958 from Coach Wolf and what he brought. As a father-like figure to me, and as the coaches are mentors and father-like figures to some of y'all, my parents got divorced at 5 years old. I didn't have a lot of money. Brick's a blue-collar town, very blue-collar. I had one way to get out of this town, and it was through football. So I started dreaming and working from Pop Warner all the way up through high school. And as Scott said, we had some good teams back then, like y'all are right now. And I'll share this with you. When you work your tail off, like harder than you've ever worked for anything in your life, you come in this weight room like you are, you're out in the auxiliary, you're out in the field working, no one can ever take that away from you, ever. If you have big dreams and aspirations, you keep working your tail off. Because for myself, I had a chance to go play a football scholarship to William & Mary, and then play overseas. My dream was to play in the NFL. Growing up, as a high school, like, I'm going to play in the NFL. That's what my goal, that's what my dream is. God had another plan for me, because what happened was when I was in Europe, I got hurt, blew up my back. Interesting enough, my back became my purpose to what I do now as a strength and conditioning coach and in owning gyms across the country. Is I now work with some of the best quarterbacks in the world. Started with Drew Brees and with Damian Tomlinson. Drew's been with me for 20 years, but Damian's my first guy, Hall of Famer. Drew will be a Hall of Famer 2 years. I'll be in Canton with Drew. My most recent guy is Jordan Love, the quarterback with the Packers, who's about to sign a really big deal. He's without with me all summer. And Jordan's another great young man. But between that 20 years, you guys were born in working with all these guys from the quarterbacks to the running backs to the D-linemen and everyone else, is there's one thing. When I was in San Diego at my original gym, there's one thing I can promise you this. You can take a kid out of brick, but you can't take the brick out of the kid. Think about that. Remember where you come from. Remember where you come from. The good thing is, when you come from brick and you're in this program, you got a responsibility to yourself, to your family, this community, and everyone that's gone before you. There's nothing like walking up this alley right here, knowing that you ain't just playing for yourself. You're playing for a long lineage of guys. Starting in 1958, we take great pride in this program. So when you're working, you feel like quitting, you feel like puking, all that stuff, know that it's beyond you. You're part of the lineage. I love that tradition. We got to keep that tradition alive here. With the new staff here that's come on, and with the goal to get back to where we want to be, to this day, 30-something years later, I meet people across the country that they know brick. They know brick football. Because they think brick, they think old brick, and they think football. And I like that. Because you have your identity if you want to work. Here are the three things I got out of playing high school football brick. Number one is pride. Say pride. Personal responsibility and daily efforts. It's an acronym. Personal responsibility and daily efforts. Every single day to this day, I think about personal responsibility and daily efforts. If I do what I'm supposed to do and lead my team and lead my athletes, great things are going to happen. If I'm going to get up, I'm going to work out early in the morning. I'm going to eat what I'm supposed to eat, not eat a bunch of junk, not drink, not do stupid stuff. All of it, I don't care if you're 15 or you're 53. It don't matter. Do the right thing. Personal responsibility and daily efforts. Only you fellas can make the decision of what you're going to do. I have a high school student myself. I have two that just finished high school and college. I know what happens. You make the choices. You make the choices. All the pro athletes will say, listen, it's all about choice and decisions. You can go to the party. You don't need to drink. You don't need to smoke. You don't need to do stupid stuff. If you have a big dream, you want to make something of your life. Use this as a time to have personal responsibility in your daily efforts. Schoolwork, what you're doing at your churches, your synagogues, wherever you go to church, whatever it is, do what you're supposed to do and make sure you stand out as a brick high school football player. The second thing is this right here in the shirt. It says iron sharpens iron. You know what that is? Iron sharpens iron. Be the teammate other people need you to be. I don't care if you're the best on this team or you're the worst on this team. If you're a freshman or you're a senior, lead people. Encourage other people. Because there's going to be a time in the ninth game when you guys are vying for a championship and you're sucking wind and the other team's driving and you're going to pull up your chest and like, run the ball with me. Hey coach, let me throw the ball. Let me run the ball. Because you know you're going to get this team to where it needs to be. But it's going to take every one of you young men to do what you need to do to get to where you want to go. So come November, when I come back for a championship game, you guys be in championship this year? No. Are you going to be in a championship game this year?
Yes, sir.
You say it with conviction. When you look in someone's eyes, you make sure you see the light in the eyes. If I'm a college recruiter, I'm coming to see you, I want to see light in your eyes. I want to see this kid's different. This kid's different. Something's different about him. He's convicted that we're going to win a championship. You're convicted by the way you do a push-up, a bench press, a squat, a clean. Everything counts. Everything counts. I don't care if you've been in the league for 20 years, you're not in the league, you're a college player, you're a high school player, you're a Pop Warner kid coming up. Everything counts. When you go home, what you eat, what you drink, those protein shakes, what you put in, everything counts. Who you're hanging out with, iron sharpens iron, everything counts. It says this, who's sharpening you and who are you sharpening? Iron sharpening, who's sharpening you? I saw those coaches sharpening you. Now it's your turn to go sharpen other people. I don't know, maybe there's a Pop Warner thing going on this weekend, or maybe they need somebody to phone call, maybe you need to be a little buddy or a big buddy for someone on your team, there's a program below you or above you. Whatever that is, iron sharpens iron, be the iron. Be the iron that others need you to be. Got it? Don't forget, all of you, everyone in this room has got something going on. Pick up the phone, call a coach, DM me. I don't care what you guys do, but don't ever not talk to a teammate. When I talk about iron sharpens iron, when you got stuff going on, like I had my former teammates last night at an event I had, I can always count on Coach Lloyd and the guys that were in that room that I played high school football with, dudes that will be with me for life, road dogs. Road dogs. And the last thing I'll say, you got personal responsibility on effort to pride. You got iron sharpens iron. The last one is this. I I don't know if you know this, and you still say it. I hope you do. Now, you heard you haven't been hit until you've been what? Don't ever forget that. That's not something we say. It's real. Any program will say, they just hit different. There's something different about Brick. Why? Why is that? I think it's that extra tenacity that you have, that you've been born with. If you're in this town right now, you live here, you're going to school here, you got something inside you that no one knows. No one knows what's inside of you but you. When you come out, you do that somersault. Still do somersaults, coach? Fantastic. I got to get to a game this year. Come back to San Diego and watch you guys in that championship game. You come and do a somersault, when you go hit someone, you light them up. They haven't been hit. All the other schools in the shore, they haven't hit like this. Remember that. Whether it's the first play or the last play of the fourth quarter, they haven't been hit. They've been hit by Brick. So I'll say this. You got to outwork, you got to outperform, and you got to out-hit everything and everyone you do. Outwork. Outwork. What does it mean to outwork? Let me tell you this. I go talk to other 15 other programs, and they're all working hard. There's guys all over the shore, all over the state, out in San Diego right now. I got camps going on, and they're all working hard. Don't ever think you're the only hard-working guy in here. But I'm talking about a Brick football player. Outwork everybody. When you think you're done, you got another 20% in you. That's a fact. That's research. I studied this stuff. You think you're done mentally? I heard a coach say, hey, it's all mindset. Yeah, that's what we do. Outwork. So when you're done, the real juice comes when you're tired, you're done, you think it's over, it ain't over. That's the fourth quarter when that's when we dominate. When you put that up, it ticks me off. I coach football now on the West Coast, teaching the boys, put your hands up in the fourth quarter, you own it. I don't care if you're up 20 or down 20. Own it. 4! Because at Brick football, since 1958, when that 4 goes up, we win. It's just a known fact. The other team's going to be scared, like, oh shoot, we're up 7, here they come. You got to know it in your mind, and you practice it right now. Here in late June, you're grinding, you're working. Every single thing you do matters. Everything you do matters. Everything. So you outperform, you outwork, you outthink, you do everything. Everything matters. Your schoolwork matters. How you treat the other men and young women in this school matters. How you treat your girlfriends matters. How you serve in this community matters. They know you're a Brick football player. You got a target on your back. Like I heard when I was a player, you stick your chest out like a peacock, you put your head up. When you walk to that line of scrimmage on offensive defense, you know that you're a Brick football player and you're different. And I love that responsibility to be different. I don't want to be like everyone else. I don't want you to be like everyone else. And anything you do with your big dreams, aspirations, what you want to do, don't be like everyone else. You get that chest up. You put your eyes up. Whether you win or you lose, and you know you're a Brick football player, and you work your tail off of everything that you're going to earn. There's nothing given, everything's given. Nothing is going to be given because you're a football player. But you're going to earn it. And you're going to earn it by exactly what I just saw. That hard work. You wake up like, man, I'm tired, I'm sore, I don't want to go. Ding! Snap your band. You'll see my athletes wearing bands. You don't have a band, you get a rubber band. And your mind ain't right, get your mind right. 50 times a day I tell myself, get your mind right. Say, get your mind right. Come here, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Say it again, get your mind right. Get your mind right. You gotta say it with a little swag. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Tell yourself every day, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. Because guess what? There's times every day for the rest of your life you're like, man, I don't want to do this. This sucks. And this, I don't know if I want to do this. Is it worth it? Get your mind right. Get your mind right. You beat me here, boom, snap the band, boom. Okay, mind's right, we gotta go. So come, first game of the season, who you guys play? Play more in the first game? Yeah. That's extra juice for you. If you ain't working your tail off. You got, what, 2 months? About 2 months, right? That's about 60 days. You got kickoff. Everything you do matters this summer. You going out? Everything matters. Beach workouts matter. Your own workouts matter. Eating matters. So, I'll finish with this. I'll take it in Q&A. Personal responsibility and daily efforts. All the small things. Iron sharpens iron. Go home, thank your parents. Brothers and sisters, thank you. This is an opportunity you have that about 3,000 other kids in this town don't have. You're a brick football player. Chest goes out, head up, whatever happens, remember that. And then outwork everyone. Outwork. The accountability you guys have for each other in school, in sport, here in football, whatever other sports you play, that matters the most. I'm going to watch you guys. I'm really, really excited. Coach Floyd was bragging about y'all. He was telling me what a great group of young men y'all are. Every Saturday or Sunday, I pick up the newspaper, old school style, in San Diego, or I'll go online, I'll see what happened to brick football. To this day, I'm watching. I want to know what my alma mater is doing, what's going on. Know there's many more men watching. I hope you're like me, and you're like, I like that. I like that they care enough of what the program's doing. We got a coach who cares, a staff that cares, people that want to build a championship, not just show up. Don't just show up when you go on that field. Don't just show up. Show up as your best self, knowing that you're going to go out there and ball out and hit people to the time that whistle blows, until the time that whistle is over, the game's over, you walk off, you're tired, you're beat up, you're sore, and you're like, man, I gave it my all. And that's all I can do. And that to me is being a great football player. God bless y'all. I'm in your corner. I'm here for you as a resource. If you need me, reach out to me. Coach Lloyd's got my number. You can DM me on IG. Whatever you need, hit me up. I'll be cheering for you guys and watching you very closely. God bless y'all.
Anyone have a question?
Now's a great time. Any. Strength and conditioning, nutrition, recovery. Come on, you gotta have a question. I know what you guys. Come on. Now's the time.
I got a question.
Yes.
Sorry. Ian, go.
My own gym. So I started at a place called Fitness Quest 10 24 years ago. It was my first gym. Grew from a small gym. I had no clients, no money, no business plan. I took the brick mentality and we built it into one of the more iconic gyms in the country, America's top 10 gyms for 5 years. Now I just started a franchise called Impact X Performance. Impact X Performance. We now have 7: Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Indiana, and California. So we just announced that last month, and we're going to be spreading across the country in all strength and conditioning, sport, recovery, life coaching, and faith.
Anyone else?
Folks, what do you got?
Well, I don't know if you can have favorites, but do you have a favorite that you've trained?
A favorite?
A favorite client?
I'm not supposed to say that. But,
well, let me ask you let me phrase it differently. Is there someone that stands out because of certain qualities?
I'll say this. When you go to the next level, sometimes it's scary because you're in uncharted territory. You get to the next level in football, it's like, man, I tried for this, but making the leap into that is different. When I first started working with LaDainian Tomlinson, I was just the trainer in San Diego wanting to work with pro athletes. When LaDainian called me up and said, hey, TD, I want to train with you, I'm like, shoot, what am I going to do with this guy? He's the first round, fourth pick overall. What am I going to do? He's like an all-pro already in the first year. For the next 9 years, LaDainian went on to have a Hall of Fame career. Why? Because on day number 1, we connected. I asked him his goal. He said, I want to be the best to ever play the game. I want to be the best running back to ever play the game. I watched Emmett, I watched Barry, and Walter. Those were his 3 guys. And I connected with him. I'm like, we got this. We're going to do this. But LaDainian had the mindset to do what needed to be done, to be one of the best to ever play the game. Anytime he got it first, I always pay homage to LaDainian, and he's a great friend of his day. LaDainian brought in Drew Brees. Drew's been my dude for 22 years now. He's become a great friend because when he got started, most of you know Drew Brees, the future Hall of Fame quarterback. You should probably watch it 2 years ago. He retired 2 years ago. But I know Drew a different Drew. You don't know that Drew because he's played for 20 years. The Drew Brees, who, out of all the clients, this is special man is this. Drew Brees, his second year in, blew out his shoulder in 2006. Career was over, done. Dr. Andrews, James Andrews down in Berlin said, Drew, you're not going to throw again. On Sunday, 8 weeks after him having surgery, he comes to my house on a Sunday and we're throwing 5-yard little dart throws. Isn't it funny? The guy who grew up right here wanted to be an NFL quarterback. All of a sudden, I'm working with NFL quarterbacks. And from that time, 2004, when he first started working with me, till now, I work with NFL quarterbacks. That wasn't my plan. That was a bigger plan. Drew for 20 years and I grinded. Still works out to this day. He's one of my dudes. You study that man if you want to be a great football player and what he does. And Jordan Love right now, the new school kid who's a great teammate. He makes everyone around him better. And to work with him right now, I'm not much of a Packers fan. I am now because of Jordan and what he does. And lastly, I'll say this. A couple of the guys I want to mention. Darren Sproles. Sproles got traded for 9 years. Sproles is 5'6", 180. If he was working out with you, you'd think he's a high school kid. Looks like everyone in here. Like a little running back. 5'6", 180, 190. Well, let me tell you what. That guy would turn up the heat in any session. You'd have the Damian, Drew, and Sproles in a session. The pace and tempo was unlike anything you could imagine. Because Sproles, when you're smaller, you're not big enough. You ain't fast enough. You ain't tough enough. That puts a chip on your shoulder. I got a chip on my shoulder playing for Brick, because when you're a Brick football player, you get a chip on your shoulder in a good way, not a bad way going around being a jack. You know what? Get a chip on your shoulder. Sproles, he trained that way, played that way, and had an illustrious career. And the last dude was Gerald McCoy. G. McCoy is a big D tackle. Third pick overall. Dominican Sue, and Gerald was 3. Gerald D tackle, played for 10 years in the league, 310 pounds, and could jump up on plyo boxes like that, right there, 310, like nothing. A great athlete, a great man, and not just because he was a great football player, he was a great man who gave back a lot. All of those guys, I'd say, are some of them. Rather upset. One of my guys, I started training as a UFC fighter. His fight just got canceled. I was supposed to be in Vegas in 3 days, but Mike Chandler is supposed to fight Conor McGregor in 3 days. Mike's been a guy 8 years. I've worked with Mike, and I'm bummed for him not fighting McGregor. Something bigger will come. Those are some of my guys.
Awesome.
Yeah. One more question. Anyone else? Now's the time. Strength and conditioning, nutrition, mindset, coaches. Good. Well, fellas, thank you very much. I appreciate it.